Available now. Link below.
And now we're slicing through the smokescreen of political blame shifting to reveal the stark reality facing New York Governor Kathy Hochul. In a desperate bid to absolve her party of any wrongdoing, she's pointed the finger at Republicans for the state's immigration crisis. Absolutely overwhelmed by illegal immigrants, she claims, but whose doorstep does the problem really lie at? Hochul's attempt to rewrite the narrative is nothing short of a political Houdini act seeking to escape the chains of responsibility her party's policies have tightened around New York's neck. As we unravel the truth behind the flood of illegals into the Empire State, ask yourself, are Republican policies really to blame? Or is this a crisis manufactured by Democrat leadership now scrambling for a scapegoat? Stay with us for a special report that pierces through the political fog with the sharp edge of facts. And you don't want to miss the final thought on this one. Now, before we dive deeper in our special report tonight, here's something you can't ignore. Just like New York can't ignore the flood of illegal immigrants overwhelming its resources, there's another crisis you need to be prepared for. The truth is, the architects of our current predicament thrive in chaos, much like the clowns running a circus. If you're ready to face that truth head on, then it's time to take action. Visit preparewithgary.com where you'll get $60 off a vital 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. Not just any food kit, it's your lifeline in emergencies, offering over 2,000 calories a day with a shelf life of up to 25 years. In times of chaos, whether caused by poor border policies or natural disasters, being prepared is your best defense. So don't wait for the situation to worsen. Secure your peace of mind for you and your family. Visit preparewithgary.com. Remember, order by 3 p.m. for free same-day shipping. Get ready, because the chaos isn't taking a break. Now, New York's current state of crisis is not just a matter of public concern, it's a clarion call for reevaluation of policies and leadership. Governor Kathy Hochul's recent statements have positioned her in the eye of a storm, with accusations flying thick and fast. Hochul claims that New York is absolutely overwhelmed by illegal immigrants, a situation she attributes to the failures of congressional Republicans. However, a closer examination reveals a very different story. When the challenges the narrative that Hochul is attempting to sell the American public. The blame game is a classic political maneuver, but when it comes to the safety and stability of New York, and indeed the entire nation, the stakes are far too high for such tactics. Hochul's assertion that Republicans own the border crisis is not just misleading, it's a deliberate attempt to deflect from the real issues at hand. The truth is, the crisis at the border has been exacerbated by a series of missteps and policy failures that trace back to the current administration and its allies in states like New York. Watch.
And you mentioned border control. You spoke about our former boss, Senator Daniel Patrick Moynihan. I worked on the last time we had real immigration for him. I was a staffer on his team. I was sent to negotiate with the Republican staffers. Orrin Hatch's staff, Bob Dole's staff. We worked with Ted Kennedy, Jay Rockefeller. We all worked together. And so I still believe that there can be bipartisan solutions. The institution is capable of it if you get the right people in there. And I'm going to be working to make sure that we have the right people in there. And also, even before next November's election, when I believe we will pick up the House, the Republicans in the state of New York, and there are 10 of them, they have the power to caucus together, march down to Speaker Johnston's office and say, we demand that you do something about the border, bring it to the floor, and we will support it. Use the power that was been given to you, because we are being so effective. We have 175,000 migrants who came here. They came here for a better life. They came here for a job. But our city and its resources are absolutely overwhelmed. We need a break. I'm working to get people jobs. They're here. I'm going to make them work and get them jobs. But until then, we need some relief at the border. And those Republicans, even in one state like New York, 10 of them can make this happen. And if they don't, this will be a wedge issue, a forceful issue against them this November as well. So I'm putting them on notice. You broke it. You now own it.
In this clip, Hochul attempts to shift the blame for the border crisis from Democrats to Republicans. Yet this maneuver does little to address the root cause of the problem or offer any tangible solutions. Instead, it serves as a distraction from the pressing need for effective immigration policies and border security measures. The sanctuary city policy, a hallmark of Democrat leadership in urban centers like New York City, has invited a slew of challenges, including resource strain and security concerns. These policies, while perhaps well-intentioned in their aim, to offer protection to immigrants have inadvertently turned cities into magnets for illegal immigration without the necessary infrastructure or resources to support such a surge. And the contrast between the current administration's approach and that of the former President Trump's tenure couldn't be starker. Under Trump, there was a clear emphasis on securing the border and enforcing immigration laws, a stance that contributed to a decrease in illegal crossings and bolstered national security. Now, perhaps for some, Trump's policies were far from perfect and indeed sparked considerable debate and controversy. However, the principle of prioritizing the safety and security of American citizens was clear and unwavering. Governor Hochul's attempt to lay the blame at the feet of the Republicans overlooks the fact that immigration is a complex issue that requires bipartisan cooperation and effective leadership and just simply enforcing laws. It's not enough to point fingers. What's needed is a return to policies that emphasize security, legality, and the well-being of both American citizens and those seeking to enter the country through the proper channels. Now, the situation in New York is a microcosm of a larger national dilemma. Cities across the country are grappling with similar challenges, facing the consequences of policies that, while perhaps ideologically driven, fail to address the practicalities of immigration and border security. The call for a return to Trump's secure border policies is not just a matter of political preference, it's a recognition that the safety and stability of the nation hinge on our ability to control and manage our borders effectively. As we move forward, it's crucial that we learn from the mistakes of the past and the present. The current crisis should serve as a wake-up call, prompting a reevaluation of our approach to immigration and border security. It's time to move beyond the blame game and focus on solutions that protect the interests of all Americans. Now, the implications of the crisis extend far beyond the borders of New York. They touch on fundamental questions about national identity, security, and the rule of law. In a world of increasing complexity and challenge, the need for clear, effective policies has never been greater. Simply enforce the law. The path forward requires leadership that is willing to confront hard truths, make difficult decisions, and prioritize the common good over partisan politics. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. My final thought is next. In this moment of national introspection, the crisis in New York under Governor Hochul's watch is not just a local issue, but a manifestation of a broader failure in leadership and policy. Blaming Republicans for a situation exacerbated by Democrat policies doesn't solve the problem, it only deepens the divide. The truth is, America's security and prosperity depend on a secure border and sensible immigration policies, principles that were prioritized under President Trump's administration. As we face the consequences of current failures, it's crucial to remember that the strength of our republic lies in our ability to address challenges with honesty, integrity, and effective action. And this story matters because it's more than just politics. It's about the future of our nation and the values we stand for. Let's not forget that as we move forward.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.